What I'm about to tell you will challenge everything you thought you knew about death. Dr. Michael Richardson, a 52-year-old cardiologist from Boston, was declared clinically dead for exactly 7 minutes and 14 seconds. When he returned, he brought back a message that would forever change how we understand life after death. This isn't just another story. This is documented medical evidence that consciousness survives beyond physical death, witnessed by a team of doctors who couldn't explain what they saw. Dr. Richardson had dedicated his entire career to saving hearts. For over 20 years, he worked tirelessly at Massachusetts General Hospital, performing thousands of cardiac procedures. He was known for his skeptical, scientific mind. He didn't believe in anything he couldn't measure, test, or prove. Religion? He called it wishful thinking, life after death, pure fantasy created by people afraid of the inevitable end. But on March 15th, 2023, everything changed. It was a typical Tuesday morning. Dr. Richardson was preparing for a complex heart surgery when he suddenly collapsed in the operating room. His colleagues rushed to his aid, but his heart had stopped completely. No pulse, no brain activity, no signs of life whatsoever. For 7 minutes and 14 seconds, Dr. Michael Richardson was dead. But what happened during those 7 minutes would shake the medical community and provide compelling evidence that consciousness exists beyond our physical bodies. The resuscitation team worked frantically. They administered CPR, used defibrillators, injected powerful medications. Nothing worked. The monitors showed flat lines across the board. His brain had been without oxygen for over 5 minutes, the point where irreversible brain damage typically occurs. Then, suddenly, inexplicably, his heart started beating again. When Dr. Richardson regained consciousness 3 hours later, the first thing he did was describe in perfect detail everything that had happened in the operating room during his death. He knew exactly who had entered and left the room, what medications they had given him, and even conversations that had taken place in the hallway outside. But that wasn't the most shocking part. I was floating above my body, Dr. Richardson later testified. I could see everything from above. The frantic attempts to revive me, the concern on my colleagues' faces. But I felt completely at peace. Then I noticed a warm, brilliant light approaching me. What happened next defies all medical explanation. Dr. Richardson described being drawn into what he called the most beautiful tunnel of light I had ever experienced. The light wasn't just bright. It was alive, pulsing with what he described as pure love and understanding. I found myself in a place that was more real than anything I had ever experienced on Earth, he continued. It was like a vast, beautiful garden with colors that don't exist in our physical world. The air itself seemed to be made of love and peace. But then, Dr. Richardson encountered something that would change his life forever. He met his father, who had died 15 years earlier from the same type of heart condition. My father looked exactly as I remembered him in his prime, healthy, vibrant, and radiating an indescribable joy. He told me things about our family that I had never known, details about his own life that I later verified with my mother. There was no way I could have known these things. His father delivered a message that Dr. Richardson says was meant not just for him, but for all of humanity. Death is not the end. It's a transition to something far more beautiful than you can imagine. But you're not ready yet. You have important work to do. The next moment, Dr. Richardson felt himself being pulled back, drawn rapidly through the tunnel of light, back toward his physical body. The moment Dr. Richardson's consciousness returned to his body, the medical monitors exploded with activity. His heart rhythm stabilized, his brain function returned to normal, and most mysteriously, all signs of the heart damage that had caused his cardiac arrest had completely disappeared. Dr. Sarah Chen, the lead cardiologist overseeing his case, was baffled. "In 30 years of practice, I've never seen anything like it," she stated in the medical report. His heart showed severe damage on the scans taken before his cardiac arrest. After his resuscitation, new scans showed a completely healthy heart. Medically speaking, this should be impossible. But the physical healing was only part of the miracle. Dr. Richardson's personality had completely transformed. The once skeptical scientist had become a man of deep faith and compassion. He began incorporating prayer and spiritual counseling into his medical practice. He started a support group for patients facing life-threatening conditions, sharing his experience and the hope it brought. "I now know, with absolute certainty, that consciousness survives death," Dr. Richardson says. "We are not just physical beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a physical experience. Death is not something to fear. It's a doorway to something magnificent." Dr. Richardson has since documented his experience in medical journals and has spoken at conferences worldwide. His case has been studied by researchers at Harvard Medical School and the University of Virginia, contributing to the growing body of scientific evidence supporting near-death experiences. Today, Dr. Richardson continues practicing medicine, but with a completely different perspective. He helps patients face death with peace rather than fear, knowing that their consciousness will continue beyond their physical bodies. His message to the world is simple but profound. Love is the only thing that matters. Everything else, money, status, possessions, means nothing on the other side. Love each other, forgive each other, and remember that this life is just the beginning of an incredible journey. What do you think about Dr. Richardson's experience? Have you or someone you know ever had a similar encounter? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more incredible stories that challenge our understanding of life and death.